What's up, guys? So today I'm going to be going over my 100% and just a general review of the Abyss, how my planning went, overall expenditures, and all that fun stuff. So on the left, I'm just going to have a couple videos. One is my final collector fight, and the second one is the massacre fight I was telling you all about earlier. So just enjoy, look at either side of the screen, and I hope this lets you know, what Abyss costs and what it's like. Alright, so on the right side of the screen, you'll see every single fight in the Abyss, and I only tracked, like, fight-by-fight revive count for, I believe it is 2, 4, and 5, and so you can actually look, it's alphabetized, and it's in order of the path number, right? So for Aegon, I'm not sure what paths he's on, I believe it's 2 and 5, so the one on the left, since 2 is a lower number, is 2, so path 2 was 2 revives, path 5 was 8 revives, but you can just see the revive count. It shows each individual one, and then I gave an average, and my average for the collector of the 3 ones that I did was 667, which is 6 and a third. And just if you look at the overall thing, I spent a total of 2,633 units on Abyss 100%. And that includes the 870 units I spent on Masteries, which means that I purchased 44 level 2 revives, and that's it, which is honestly really, really cheap. But here's the important thing. I purchased 44 revives. That's less than one Abyss run, right? The difference was I always farmed at least 40 potions and at least like 300 tier 3. So in conjunction with being smart and planning ahead and playing generally pretty well, it also involves farming. And so it's a lot cheaper, and at some point I think I'm going to put out a guide on how to farm revives quickly and efficiently. But, I mean, it's pretty easy. All you need to do is plan ahead, right? Alright, so I'm going to move on, and I'm going to go ahead and go to the massacre clip. Okay. But I spent 44 revives, and of the paths 1, 2, 4, 5, I didn't track path 3. The only thing I know is that I didn't spend a single unit on path 3 for revives. That's all I know. So I'm guessing it was around, like, between 48 and, like, 53 revives. But for those 4 paths, I spent 250 revives, which means I probably spent approximately 300 revives for all of Abyss, which is pretty good. In my opinion, and this is a hot take, because a lot of people don't agree with it. In my opinion, Abyss Path 4 is not the hardest path if you have a rank 3 Magneto. And that sounds odd, but I want you to check this out. Oh, that's not good. I want you to check this out. Path 2, Punisher 2099 took me 5 revives. Green Goblin took me 4 revives. If you've seen KT1's video with a rank 3 Magneto, he crushes those fights. But I used my rank 5 Magneto and I played well, and Punisher was an absolute terrible fight. I had to end up using Aegon. And Magneto's he's not built for that fight. He's getting class disadvantage, but that's supposed to be an easy fight. If you have a rank 3 Magneto, I believe that Path 2... I'm sorry, that I was being kind of confusing. Path 2 is easier with a rank 3 Magneto. If you do not have a rank 3 Magneto, Path 2 is the hardest path, in my opinion. Because Magneto makes light work of these fights. If you have a rank 5 Magneto, Path 2 is the hardest path, because rank 3 is really the difference. It's a couple different fights are easier. So, look at Path 4. My rank 5 Magneto, when I was playing well, took down Killmonger 1 revive. You can solo that fight with a rank 5, but you're probably not going to. You can solo that fight with a rank 3, but you're probably not going to. On Path 4, there are at most like 1 or 2 spots where maybe your extra rank is going to help. And that's Morningstar, if you have the pre-fight or a rank 3, and you play super smart. So if all those things are true, you can probably solo it. If you had a pre-fight or the other one, that's technically soloable, but very, very difficult, and you have to be really, really smart. Magneto might help on Yellow Jacket, but just barely, as a rank 3. So for Path 4, what I'm saying is, it's easier than Path 2 when you're using Magneto, and I recommend using Magneto for both. It's easier because the rank doesn't matter in this one. On Path 2, the rank matters for some reason. On Path 2, I've always told people not to rank their Magnetos to rank 3, because I'm like, 5 stars enough. There are 2 instances where that is not true, and that is Abyss Exploration, not for the charges, not for the attack, for the health. And High Alliance War. But that's it. If you have a rank 3 Magneto, Path 4 is the hardest. If you don't, if you have a rank 3 Magneto, Path 4 is the hardest. If you don't, Path 2 is the hardest. So overall, On Path 1, I spent 977 units, including masteries. On Path 2, which is this one right here, I spent 500 units. On Path 4, I spent 200 units. Oh, on Path 3, I spent 137 for masteries. And on Path 5, I spent 700 units. So, overall, I did this really cheaply, and I did it smart in terms of planning and all this fun stuff. And the good news is that my planning is all out there. I have videos on each and every one. And the only discrepancy between my guides, there are two things that on paper I didn't think about. Two things. One is that you should use Aegon instead of Magneto and Punisher if you don't have a rank 3. And the second is that for some reason I thought, oh, Hood's a Mystic, we'll use Torch. Don't use Torch, you will die so fast. Use Aegon, because I didn't read his Abyssal Node. But other than those two things, everything about my planning worked out to a T, and I actually used them to get this done really cheaply. So this is 2,600 units for all of Abyss 100%, 2 paths in which I didn't buy a single revive, and only 44 revives purchased for all 100%. I personally feel like that's really great, and I'm super happy with my stuff. I'm going to be opening up 2 featured 6 stars of the current one new featured 6-star when that comes out, and the 6-star Cosmic Nexus when that comes out, when the new feature drops, and when Cosmic Ghost Rider's in the basic pools. So I'm looking for Corvus Glaive first, Cosmic Ghost Rider second, third, a dupe on my Captain Marvel movie, fourth, I'm not sure, maybe a dupe on my Venom. I really would like it if I didn't have to go to a fourth option. I really want that Corvus or Cosmic Ghost Rider. I'm going to be really mad. But, we'll see those soon, probably in about 5 days. The dream would be if I can get Corvus from the Nexus, I get a CGR and a, oh, look at that. That was lovely. If I can get a CGR, I'm just going to rewind while I'm talking so you can see this nutty damage that I'm doing. If I can get a CGR from a featured and an Apocalypse from the featured, and if I can get a Immortal A-Bomb from the new featured. And I'm almost to a Cosmic Tier 5 Catalyst. I also have 2 Tier 5 class Catalysts that I'm waiting on. The reason I'm not opening them is because currently I have opened 2 total fully formed Tier 5s. That is from Abyss Completion and Act 6 100%. Both of them were skill, and my 3 skills are Black Panther Civil War, Moon Knight, and Elektra. Do they like going to rank 3? No, they suck. So basically, what I'm trying to say is that I don't want more skills, and so I'm hoping that I'll be able to have a little timer on them in case I get a skill I want as much time as possible to use them. So anyway, I hope these guides will help you. 2,000 units for all of Abyss. I'm really, really happy, and stay tuned for that opening. Thank you.